Alright guys, this is part 2 of the War of 1812 battles, and what we're working on is we've got our first two images there, our first two pages that are going to be for this. We're going to make a GIF in a little while, but first we're going to keep working on our map, and we have to make separate images for this. So our next one that we're going to make our first battle. So let's go back and look at the battles again. You can watch this little video and see what happened first.
Battles of the War. Atlantic Ocean, 1813.
Alright, so they start with the blockade.
Blockades American coast. Lake Erie, 1813. Commodore Perry's fleet.
Alright, so the first battle happened. Commodore Perry, an American admiral, he sailed across the Lake Erie up here. That blue part of the water, that's Lake Erie, and he sailed across it to fight right here. And let's see what that was called again.
1813. Commodore Perry's fleet defeats a...
Sorry, not admiral. It was a Commodore Perry.
British fleet.
So he fought the British fleet who were over here on this side of Lake Erie. We're going to put a little blue explosion thing over here for the American victory there. So we'll come back over here and we'll make a new layer. And here's how we'll do. What we'll do is we'll just go back to our shapes. Keep your stroke on 0. Make sure that's still on 0. And we'll change our color. This is an American victory, so we'll make it blue. So we're changing our bottom color to blue. Click OK. And we can just use the star here. And we'll draw in a little star. Okay. And actually, you know what? Let's give that a little outline. Why not? So let's undo that. And let's give it a stroke. Stroke. We'll raise the stroke up to put it on 5. And we'll change the color on the outside of it to, let's make it light blue, since it's American. Alright. So we'll draw that again. So little American victory right there. Commodore Perry. Okay, so then there we have it. So what we're going to do actually is we're going to just save right now. After we made that one little star, this is the way GIFs work, GIFs. It's going to be animated. So we're going to save this, save, and we're going to type in what we typed in for the other ones. Type in your name. Oops. And then 1812. And then page 3. This one should be the third one. So page 3. And we're going to keep it on JPEG. And we're going to click download. Okay, so now we have that downloaded. And let's go on to the next big battle. There are a lot of other battles too, but we're just clicking on the big ones. So let's see what happens next.
Thames River, 1813. Harrison defeats British in Canada, killing Tecumseh.
Alright, so Tecumseh, that was a Native American general. The Americans were fighting against the British, and the British owned this area of Canada, and they also claimed this area of Detroit. The British decided that they knew that the Native Americans here in the United States and North America and Canada, they did not really like the Americans so much, some of the tribes, and so they actually enlisted some of the Native American tribes, like Tecumseh and his tribe, to fight the Americans. But the Americans fought them and beat them in that battle, so we're going to come over here to our layer and we're going to duplicate it. So we're just duplicating that tiny little blue star and moving it up here, right there. So the Americans won this battle against Tecumseh. And there we go. So all we're going to do is do that, add that in there, click File, Save, Type it in again. Type in your name. 1812, page 4. So this is our fourth one. Okay. Alright. So now we have 4 saved. Now let's see what battle's next. We can get a few more of these done in this video.
Washington, D.C., 1814. British burn the Capitol.
Oh no, that was a big one. So in retaliation to all of this, the British came in and they actually took over our capital city, Washington, D.C. And they burned the White House and everything there at the time. That was a big win for the British, but it definitely made the Americans upset and decide to really fight a lot harder. So we're going to come in here and draw a British victory on top of Washington, D.C. So let's come back over here. And we're going to draw a new layer. So click on our top layer and make a new one. So making a new layer, empty layer. It's blank. And we're going to add in, we're going to go back to our shapes. So shape tool, star. We got our stroke on this time. Yes. And we're going to change the bottom color. This is going to be British victory. So we're going to make it red. And we'll do the outside color a different kind of red. So we'll go with light red for this one. And we'll draw that in right here on Washington, D.C. Alright. So we got our victory there for the British. They burned Washington, D.C. And then we'll file, save, and save this as your name. 1812, page, what is this? Page 5. 5th page. So here we go. Okay. So now let's go on. See what happened next.
Baltimore, 1814. British failed to capture nearby Baltimore.
So the battle at Fort McHenry, which is in Baltimore, Maryland. The British Navy tried to storm the Fort McHenry over there in Baltimore. And it was actually at this time that the Francis Scott Key wrote the the Star Spangled Banner, because he could see from where he was an American. He got captured by the British, and he was in a British prison at the time on one of their ships, and he was worried if the Americans had lost the battle to the British, but he could see through his little prison window that the flag still stood there, the American flag, even after all the bombing that had gone on overnight. And so the Americans actually won this battle against the British when they tried to take over Fort McHenry. So let's go over and we can copy and paste. So we're going to go to one of our blue layers. I can see it right here, and I'm going to not copy it, but I'm going to duplicate it. So I'm coming here duplicating the blue one, and then I move it over here to Baltimore. So now we've got and I'll move that one on top of the red one, so it pops up on top. Alright, so Fort McHenry, Baltimore, we won that. So we're going to save. And we're going to save this one as your name. 1812, page 6. This will be the 6th one. Okay, download. Remember, these are all JPEGs. Saving all JPEGs. Okay, and then let's see what happens next.
Lake Champlain, 1814. American ships defeat British who retreat to Canada.
Alright, so the Americans again on Lake Champlain Our Navy defeated their Navy up here close to the Canadian border. So we'll go over there and draw right up there, right up in this spot, another blue star. So I will click on the three dots, click tres puntas, duplicate layer, move the estrella aquí. Alright, and then save this one. File, save, escribe su nombre, write your name. Escribe 1812, 1812 y página, page. This would be 7. Okay. And then download. So British weren't doing too well in this war. In fact, the United States did pretty good. There are a lot of other battles that the British won, but these are some of the major ones. And luckily the United States was winning them. So let's go see what else happens.
New Orleans, 1815. Jackson's army defeats British in the Battle of New Orleans.
Alright, so that was the last battle of the war. It actually happened after the war was already over. But that was Andrew Jackson, the guy who's on the $20 bill. He fought the last battle for us in New Orleans. And he won that one, and it solidified that we had won the war. And so we'll put a little extra star down there. So we copied, remember, we duplicate, and then move. If you forget how to move, remember it's the white arrow, the flecha blanca flecha. Alright, so that should be it. So we're going to save this one, and then I'm going to stop the video. So save, escribe su nombre, y write your name. Oops. $18.12 página, page, and this will be 8, the last one, 8. Okay, and I download, and there we go. So I'm going to stop the video here. The next step is actually pretty cool. We're going to be using a different program. It's going to be making the GIF. So I'm going to stop the video and we'll start back on the next part.